Well, I am an admirer of Elisa's. Elisa has even worked for me, and the fact is that she is talented.
What's it called? Kermit and Friends?
Kermit and Friends.
Kermit. But if
Kermit,
you're saying
like
not
the
to
frog?
do...
Yeah,
wait.
I actually have watched a few hours of the Kermit and Friends.
How many hours have you watched, Natalie?
Oh, no. Probably indulged in 8 hours.
Holy.
My wife and I watched Benji's ex-girlfriends or whatever's going on. We watched this crazy podcast, and I have to say, this is one of the probably in the top 5 things I think about right now.
She has a podcast, but she gets to come on the radio. It is craziness upon craziness.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. I am Elisa. This is Fozzie, and Kermit is watching us from heaven. I built this show in Kermit's memory, and it just means so much to me. So I appreciate everyone that's a part of it. Today, we have some special guests that I'm so excited about. Joe Escalante. He is a member of the Vandals band. He's an entertainment lawyer. He has TV shows. He just booked our official Reverend Andy Dick on a TV show. So it's super, super exciting. And then we have keyboard cat Charlie Schmidt. He is brilliant. He created this character based around his cat that had 64 million YouTube views. 64 million. So can you imagine that? And I'm just going to tell everybody here of the Kermitarian Church, when you pray for something, you better be ready for it because it is coming. So I had this dream that I would build a church in my dog Kermit's memory, right? I had that dream. And now it's here. I have an official reverend. I have a co-host named Sugar. I'm going to bring her on now. Sugar, I got to be honest with you. I'm very nervous for today.
Why? What's going on?
Well,
because we have big stars?
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous too.
It's so scary. Like, I think I have confidence. You know, I feel like when people ask me if I'm confident, if I'm a confident woman, I say yes. But then today I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, what if something goes wrong? What if I can't be good enough? You know, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't run this show? I'm so scared.
What if we fail spectacularly with all these eyeballs on us?
I know.
It's on tape forever. Anything can happen. This can go horribly wrong at any moment.
Exactly. But if it goes horribly wrong, if we're embarrassed, you know, if we're humiliated, I mean, that's happened to me before. Many times.
Well, that's why we're back. It happened so many times. We got slapped in the face with our own stupidity so many times that we might as well just keep doing it.
Yeah, let's just
now we're tough.
So Sugar, I accepted an official reverend here. Do you have any idea on who that reverend would be?
Are you talking to me?
Hi, Andy.
Hi.
Andy is our official reverend of Kermit and Friends. He was a celebrity guest last week, but now he's the official reverend of Kermit and Friends. I can't think of a better reverend than Andy. Right, Andy?
Yeah, me too.
But the only... What?
I don't understand.
What do you mean?
So the camera's over here. Where's the camera?
So Andy, you're the official reverend of Kermit and Friends. So I just want to read something to the viewers and the church. I hope the church is having a blessed day. Since everyone here is such an important part of our family, we want to tell you about our upcoming plans and events. As you may know, our church is growing. We've added Trumpster Bob as our COO and Andy Dick as our official reverend. We're looking to add more contributors to our church. This is the one church I've ever been a part of with no judgment. We just want to help people, and that's about it. As you may know, we are looking to sell our merchandise through Sugar, our co-host. Well, I'll be allocating the funds to her. And in an attempt to raise money for me and Andy to live and buy Kazunori sushi, I'm also accepting donations. Andy is also accepting donations. Reverend Andy, I'm trying to get him an iPad. Of course, if at any time you'd like to make additional contributions to anyone on the staff, Andy, Lori, Sugar, anybody like that, donations of any size are always welcome at any time. So Andy Dick is on Venmo. Okay, so you can find Andy Dick. Andy Dick, what's your name on Venmo?
Oh man, I don't know. Hang on, let me look.
Okay, look for that. If you have any questions about our events or why we're raising funds for Sugar or Andy or what the heck is going on, feel free to reach out to our project coordinator named Little Zebra, and not me. I'm way too busy. We hope to see you every Sunday, and thank you for your loyalty. With love, Elisa and the Kermitarian Church.
Let's see.
So Andy, since you're the official reverend here, we were speaking before, and you mentioned that you wanted to make some changes, and you wanted to actually purchase a church in Eureka, California. The church is not really my style. Can you explain the Eureka, California church to our congregation?
Wait, shit. I really go with the flow. There, I think I sent you the Venmo, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna look for it.
It was all happenstance. And I honestly don't know where the camera is. Am I looking at the right, this is how you want it, long way.
Yeah, you look great. You look amazing right now. Oh, I got your Venmo. Okay, great.
I should be called preacher in a puddle. Yeah. I'm doing a detox bath.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means, okay, I get in the bathtub. I'm not going to pan down because.
Yeah, no penis in the church.
What?
No penises in church.
No. Well, some of them, I'm sure, But no. I'm, even if I did pan down, I have a, just in case the camera falls, I have a washcloth over my junk. Preacher with some junk. What that? Reverend with the right stuff.
Right.
In the beginning, I couldn't hear you. That weird glitchy underwater thing was happening again. We got to fix that.
We're going to fix it. We're going to do a lot of things here, Andy. And the first thing that we're going to do is we actually found a family that we can help. Yeah. Because the point of a church, in my opinion, is to help people, to reach out to people and to make their lives better, people that are struggling. And that first family that I found for us to help is called the Boltons. It's the Bolton family. So let me show you a video of kind of what they're going through right now. And then I'm going to bring on the family that we're going to help. Okay, so this is them. This is the Bolton family on Dr. Phil. This is going to be airing on Monday.
She moved into her dad's house of hoarding.
The dogs and cats use the entire house as their litter box. They're not just in the bed. She finds bed bugs in her towel.
And this.
A dead kitten stuck in the speaker, mummified.
This is unsafe. It is a fire trap. Why are you living in this house?
New Dr. Phil.
So that's the Boltons. My plan was for them is that the donations that we accept from the Kermitarian Church, we can put towards a house in the Hollywood Hills. I move in there, you move in there, and they move in there. What do you think about that, Andy?
I love that. Who's going to buy the house? Is there a house available?
Yeah, so there's tons of houses available. People are moving out of LA in like record numbers right now. So I think we can get a house, like maybe a mansion in the Hollywood Hills for a pretty decent price. Obviously, we wouldn't be buying it. It'd be people that are supporting our church. And then would you be okay to give up your apartment and move into a mansion in the Hollywood Hills so you can help people as a reverend?
Sure, I wouldn't even have to give it up. I could keep this as an office or something.
Okay, great. So let's bring on our first guest, Lori. Lori is on Dr. Phil on Monday at 3 p.m. We're going to watch it. But Lori, tell us a little bit about your situation and why you need the Kermitarian Church to help you.
So I moved into my dad's in November 2019.
Okay.
And I was okay with the mess. I thought that we were going to try and work on cleaning it, but my dad just seemed to push it off and make excuses and stuff. And then it was like February or March 2020 that I noticed that there seemed to be some sort of like problem. Like I was breaking out, and then I was checking furniture and I found bed bugs. And that freaked me out. It gets me paranoid.
Bed bugs?
Yeah.
Oh, no. And there was a dead cat in your where did you find the dead cat?
This was a really long time ago. This was like over a decade ago. I was a little girl. Dad was cleaning out the garage, and either like attached to like a speaker or a sign of some sort, there was like a dead cat just mummified. And these are just like stray cats that get into the garage and stuff.
How awful. How awful. So Johnny, you're Lori's dad, and Lori kind of came out on the Dr. Phil show. This is airing on Monday, and she's going to expose your whole situation. How do you feel about that, John?
Well, at first I was a little bit creeped out, but I went along with it because I'm just overwhelmed with some of this. Of course, the Dr. Phil show made it sound 10 times worse than what it is. They had to do that.
Well, like I said, I think you minimalize the issue a lot because the clips that they showed, that's what it looks like.
Not the entire house.
Yeah, but that's most
of
the house. That's most of the house.
And him saying the dogs and cats use the whole house as their bathroom. Well, they don't.
Well, they go in the kitchen a lot, and
I clean it up every day. And the cats are yours.
The cats.
The two cats upstairs.
The cats are overwhelmed by the piles of junk everywhere.
But you can walk through my house. It's not like the stuff they show on the Hoarders TV show for the majority of the house. But there are piles of stuff. Yes.
So would you guys be open, like John and Lori, would you be open to leaving your house in Michigan and moving to the Hollywood Hills with Andy Dick?
That would be wild. That would be wild for sure. But yeah, I still kind of like my house.
I think he's comfortable in the junk.
Maybe, Elisa, maybe it's more of a thing like, I don't want to say rehab because I have a bad taste in after going to 27 rehabs, I don't like them. But I've got a PhD in rehabilitation.
You do?
Maybe we could have a Spanish side of our house. And yeah, because I've gone to rehab so much. One time I was in a rehab, and I think I told you this on the last episode, that I was in a rehab and then I was so afraid of going out into the real world because we would go out sometimes and I was just like, I'm like, it's the same thing's going to happen. I'm going to just jump back into it at a certain point. So I'm going to park my carcass here, if you guys don't mind, in the sober living where you have to get tested randomly every day, every week, whenever, you never know. And so you're accountable for staying sober. And I was there for 2 years, just in that one alone.
Hold on 1 second, Andy. I'm just getting a call. It's probably for you. Kermit and Friends.
Hey, yes, hello. This is Rodney. I was Andy's waiter. He was on a date recently. Hello, Andy.
Wow, it's Andy's waiter. I think this is the waiter from Rocco's.
That's right. That's me.
Wow. So this is Andy's waiter.
From where? From where?
Rocco's.
He was with a handsome young gay gentleman. Nice young looking boy.
Yeah, that's my neighbor Brandon.
Oh, Brandon, of course. Exquisite. Gorgeous boy.
Wow. So did you enjoy waiting on Andy at Rocco's?
Well, most of the waiting I was doing was in the bathroom, waiting for Andy to come and suck my cock.
I don't know if Andy's like that. He's very, he's a reverend now.
Well, he never showed up. He did not go in the bathroom, unfortunately, and I was there serving these peasants their food. But Andy, give me a call. I would love to hear from you and that boy Randy. What's his name? I forgot.
But real quick, I want the
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Oh my gosh, Andy! Wow.
Spears. A side of steamed asparagus spears.
Yeah, that's good. No, we were at the restaurant Rocco's with Brandon, my neighbor, who's supposed to be here right now. And that was, I guess, his waiter. So the waiter from Rocco's actually made a Facebook post about you. And I was really surprised about that. It's really weird when you go to a restaurant and you can't even go to a restaurant without the waiter posting about you. Are you comfortable with that?
I tune it out. I also don't believe it. I'd like to see that post. I'd like to see this. Show us now.
All right. Okay. I'm going to try to show you. So that family that we just had on the show, the Boltons, are you willing, if somebody were to donate a mansion without bed bugs, would you move into it?
Oh, without bed bugs. Yeah, I would.
Okay, you would. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. So we have two guests today. Are you familiar with the keyboard cat?
Yes. Instagram or something like that. Oh, but did you tell them, because it was doing the garbling again? I didn't hear you very well, but did you tell them I'm an ordained minister? I have already legally married two different couples. I just got it about 5 months ago. I married one couple at the Hollywood Gardens Hotel in Janis Joplin's room, where she died, actually. They wanted it. And then the other one I did at my apartment, I think. But anyways, yeah, two couples. I already married them.
Wow, that is so cool. Did they appreciate that? Did they were they impressed that you were their minister?
They sought me out. They heard about it. I think I must have made a post about it, and then they sought me out. And,
That's amazing. Yeah, if I were to ever get married, which is very doubtful at this point, I can't imagine being married. But if I were to meet someone somehow, some way, I would want you to be the minister.
Thank you. I will be. But you know why you're not married? We've talked about this when we hang out off camera. I'm going to just tell them that, because you're so goddamn picky. Excuse me, I took the Lord's name in vain.
Well, Andy, I want to meet someone good. I don't meet anybody good ever. So it's hard to just pick a random person. I mean, when I look for a guy, I just don't even have anybody that's even anywhere near who I'd want to marry. I would want to marry somebody as amazing as me. That's what I want to find. I want to find my equal. It's hard to find that.
Talking to one.
Oh, you? Should I marry you?
Well, let's talk about that later.
All right. I mean, that could be an idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so let's see. We have a couple guests today. Okay, who should I put on first? Should I put on your ad for giving you money? That would be a good idea.
Yeah. I'm just starting to think that I want to get married again. It would be the third time, and that's my lucky number, and 3's a charm. It really could work out.
What would that look like to be married to you? What is that like?
It would be like this. I mean, it's just all fun and games, and of course, serious. Stuff.
That doesn't sound too bad. Okay, so if you are interested in me marrying Andy and giving Andy money, check out this clip. Gold. If you want money.
you plan to fill me up, I need the keys to your truck if you wanna get my love.
Gold digging girls, they're driving me crazy. I can't take it no more. Gold digging girls, they're driving me crazy. I can't take it no more.
I wanna dig, 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 dig. I wanna dig, 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 dig. I wanna dig, 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 dig. I wanna dig, 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 dig. You want my kisses? I get 3 wishes. I want these things for fair exchange. You got my mind on your loot. You got me thinking shoes. You got my mind on your loot. If you want me in the nude.
Gold digging girls, they're driving me crazy. I can't take it no more. Gold digging girls, they're driving me crazy. I can't take it no more.
I wanna dig, 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 dig. I wanna dig, 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 dig. I wanna dig, 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 dig. I wanna dig, 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 dig. You want my kisses? I get 3 wishes. I want these things for fair exchange. If you want my body, I want all money. If you want this body, then you give me a Ferrari.
Gold digging girls, they're driving me.
Okay, so that was a little ad to give Andy money. We want to raise a lot of money for this church. In fact, I saw that Joel Osteen, televangelist Joel Osteen's.
You're garbling again. I think it's your mic, man. I think it's your
Okay,
mic.
I'm gonna fix it, but I just want to tell you, Andy, that televangelist Joel Osteen's mega church in Houston received a $4.4 million paycheck, protection program loan. So the loan received by Osteen's Lakewood Church was the first time federal lawmakers provided direct financial assistance for a house of worship. So that's extremely exciting. We have William Quigley here. He has really bad audio, but this show is named after him. Quig, your audio could not be worse. There's a really weird noise there. So just fix that, and I'm going to get you back on. But first, we're going to put on Joe Escalante. He is one of the founding members of the band The Vandals. Have you heard of The Vandals, Andy?
Are you talking to me because you're just garbling? I'm recording it so you can hear how you sound.
Okay. So have you heard of the band The Vandals? The Vandals band.
I can't understand you. So can you get a video if I send it to you real quick?
Yeah. Send me anything you want. Here, I'm going to take you off for a second, but don't disenable your camera. I don't know if that's a word. I'm going to bring up Joe Escalante, leader of the Vandals. Joe Escalante currently acts as executive producer and showrunner of Monsters Across America, a paranormal docuseries on the Fox Nation streaming service. He produces the series through his own production company, Escalante Pictures. So this is a TV producer that's actually on Kermit and Friends. And he just booked Andy, our Reverend Andy, as a main star of Monsters, the new TV show. Welcome, Joe Escalante.
Thank you, Elisa. Hello.
Hi, welcome to the show.
I just love that breaking news about Andy on my show. I didn't know that, but I'm gonna try to make it happen. That's amazing.
Yeah. So Andy, we're trying to get him work through Kermit and Friends. I want him to be happy being a reverend on the show, and I got connected with you through the movie producer Andre Rellis. Mm-hmm. Andre Rellis is a big part of the show, and you have some kind of deal with VMI Pictures, which is his production company. It gets very confusing, but you are somebody that I'm very curious about. You've succeeded in every field you've been in.
Or not. Oh, well, I probably, some people think I'm crazy because I've done a couple different things, but basically I just always wanted to work in television, but I was always in this punk band. And the punk band, between 1996 and 2006, the punk band became a business. And so I worked at CBS television, and I had to quit temporarily the TV business to go run around in my punk band, and started a label and made some money, sold it. And then now I'm back in TV. So but I'm making a monster show, and if Andy Dick can come up with a monster, he can be on the show. So but we need a monster.
He can come up with a monster, no problem.
All right.
No problem at all. Yeah. So, okay. So you were, was your first job being in a famous band?
Oh, well, the band wasn't very famous in the beginning, but my first job was at Disneyland Hotel. I was 11 years old and I worked there. I don't know why, but then, yeah, the Vandals were, since I was like, 19, I think I've been in the Vandals. So I'm a grown man. The band still goes. It still plays festivals. It played Coachella a couple of years ago. It still plays, but it's still a hobby with friends, kind of a thing that it's a hobby that makes money. So we all have jobs. Everybody in the band's got a job. Mine is making a show for Fox Nation right now.
Wow. So how do you do that? How do you sell a show? Was it your idea to have the monster show?
Let me tell you, selling a show is the hardest thing in the world, and getting a show on the air is virtually impossible.
Even harder.
Virtually impossible. But if you keep trying and pay attention to the market, it might happen. But I still can't believe it. I looked at the Fox Nation schedule, and I think they're new. They just pivoted from like a news talk format to entertainment. So I got in there before they even made that public. I mean, I said, I think I know what you need, and I think it's these shows. And I pitched a couple shows, and then they chose one, and it was about like some paranormal stories based on a book called Strangest Things, not Stranger Things, Strangest Things. Way better than Stranger Things. It's Strangest Things. So we were going to do that one, and then halfway through putting the budget together, they said, "Hey, there's a woman here named Casey McDonald. She wants to make a monster show, and we really like her. Can you pitch us a monster show?" So I went back to the drawing board, and I came back and I pitched them a monster show, and they bought it.
Wow.
And,
okay, so I have a
that was in January.
So, you want me to play the clip that you sent me?
Yeah,
okay.
Play the clip.
Okay, so here's a clip from the new show. I believe it's through Fox. And it's by Joe Escalante, who's succeeded in everything he's ever done. So here's the clip.
And a spirit can make itself look like whatever the spirit chooses to look like, can transmogrify, if you will.
That's what some believe happened in Lake Norman, that the monster is a transmogrified spirit, exacting revenge for the desecration of a cemetery.
Great. Okay, that looks like an amazing show. I think we have a monster right here named William Quigley, who I actually named the show after. William Quigley, I named the show after you. William Quigley the Great. He had a lot of thoughts about this show. He was very upset with me, Joe. Joe, in the entertainment business, do you get into a lot of fights?
Well, there's a lot of disappointment, but I have to tell you, working for Fox Nation is the nicest people I've ever met, and they don't give you any trouble. They just kind of say like, "Here, we have a few notes. One guy, I got a few notes on your show, and if you don't agree with them, that's okay." That's how Fox Nation has been for me, and so it's been pretty amazing. But I've worked on shows where you're going to cry that what they do to you. They just.
What do you mean cry?
Like you write an episode, and then they're saying. Start over, and then you hand it in and they go, "Wait, go back to what I did say before." And there's a saying, the indecision of the network is final. And that is true.
So are you saying that you could come up with something that you're really proud of, like in your monster show or your ancient alien show, and then somebody could come back to you and just just really be mean about it and not accept it and deny it, and you have nothing, you can't say anything?
Well, yeah, it's funny you bring up Ancient Aliens, because I've been writing for Ancient Aliens for 4 years, and it's the hardest show to write for, but it's so much fun. But you write something, and I hand it in, and I go, "Man, this is a masterpiece." They're going to call me back and say, "Joe, you really nailed it. You finally." But then, and when you get it back, they go, "Dude, you went off the rails." And I'm like, "Oh, you're Ancient Aliens, and I went off the rails? I'm off the rails now on Ancient Aliens." So. But you get deflated, and they're not mean, it's their job, but you really think you handed in something great, and you get deflated, and you have to have a lot of humility, and you have to not be emotionally attached to anything that you've handed in, because they're going to rip it apart. and then you got to start over and you got to give it back to them. And then if you hang around, you'll move. You'll get more opportunities and move up. But if you cry and get mad at them, then go. The world needs ditch diggers too.
So you could be really helpful here, Joe, because you're also an entertainment lawyer. Is that right?
Well, I went to law school, but I'm not really an entertainment lawyer. I've never really worked as one. I worked in CBS and business affairs. Where they want you to be a lawyer, but you're not really practicing law. You're just making deals. And, yeah. I mean, I have a license, but I don't.
Okay, so since you have a license, I was hoping you could help me with William Quigley here. He's given me a really hard time recently about this show. He's never happy. He's really upset with me all the time. He's complained. Quigley, what is your main problem with me right now?
I can't hear him. But
Quig, nobody can hear you.
Yeah, I like it. He's a good guy to have on.
Who, Quigley?
Yeah, because you can't hear him. He looks cool. He's got good. He's like a juggalo with that's a reader, also a reader. I like it.
Okay, he's gonna fix his audio. What the heck is going on? Quig, fix your audio. I'm gonna put you back on. Quig.
I like it. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so since we can't hear Quig's audio, I'm just gonna play you a clip of something that he said to me recently. Wait, hold on. Let me just check it one more time. Quig, fix your audio. What the heck is going on over there?
I should send to you.
What, Andy?
You got to hear what I'm sending you.
Okay, I will. Okay, obviously there's some problems here. Quigley, I cannot hear him, but since I can't hear him, I'm just going to play you what he has said to me recently. It's really bad. I'm just warning you. It's bad. It's not good.
Really?
He's a huge person on the show. He's extremely important. I'm just going to Benji page 1, Benji page 2. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Quigley. Okay, here you go.
This man. You wonder why I get upset. How about if you were me and you were like, and you were going to be my guest, and I go, well, I'm going to bring, this person on. It's like, I get it with Sugar, I get it with your intro because it's consistent. But when David Letterman has a guest on, he's excited about that guest. He doesn't talk about the guest he had last week. And two things work in that situation. That means Andy gets a little bit like, wow, Quigley's getting a lot of. Right now, you're sucking his cock. It's like right now you're like just like all that.
Did you hear that, Andy?
What?
Did you hear that?
No. I have to tap for sound, and I can't even swipe it. That's
Quigley,
really...
what's going on?
What?
Quigley, fix your audio. This is really bad. I need the whole show after you, and your audio is the worst ever. It's the worst ever. Just completely start over. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a call. Let me just get this call. Jesus. Kermit and Friends.
Hey, Elisa. Am I on the show?
Yes.
Like live?
Yeah, live.
Oh my God. Hi, my name is Mike. How are you? I'm a big fan of the show.
Oh, great. Thanks for calling in, Mike. Do you have a question?
I just have a comment. I think Quigley, I don't think he has to try so hard. I mean, him with his different costume and outfits and, his audio doesn't work.
Right.
I just want to sit him down, look him in the eye and say, Quigley, we love you. Stop trying so hard.
Exactly. Okay, this is a great caller. Thank you so much. So, Quigley, I love you. You're my friend for 20 years. You're always mad at me. And, you're a big part of this show, an enormous part of this show. And I just really want you to know that you're loved here. You're extremely, extremely loved. So you don't need to, try hard. You just have to be yourself. Do not worry about anything. Okay. Do not worry about anything. Just be yourself. Come in the studio. Okay. Hold on one second. Kermit and Friends.
Hi, my name is Tommy Jackson, and I run the Kermit and Friends Reddit fan page.
Okay, perfect. Hey, Tommy Jackson. Thank you for running the Reddit page for Kermit and Friends.
We all hate Quigley. He's annoying. He tries too hard, like that caller Mike said. He's a big bozo. And I don't like the way he looks.
Okay, all right. So not a fan of Quigley. All right. Okay, Quigley, your audio's terrible. Fix your audio. Call in. You know my number. I'll just put you on the air. Oh my gosh, this is just ridiculous. I'm just going to go to my next guest right now. I'm going to keep everybody that has their camera enabled. Just keep your camera enabled. You'll be on the show. I want to announce this next person, Charlie Schmidt, who created the keyboard cat with 64 million views. That's a lot of views. I mean, think about it. On YouTube, 64 million views. He was featured in Miley Cyrus's VMA video. This is the keyboard cat. Okay, that was the keyboard cat. The creator of the keyboard cat is Charlie Schmidt. He's an artist. He's a painter. He's a cat creator. I mean, that was your previous cat. You've had multiple cats since then. You had 64 million views on YouTube. Welcome to Kermit and Friends. What was that?
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me? Huh. Okay, you can't hear me. Okay, so
I can hear the cat, but I can't hear you, but I can see you.
Okay, great. So let's figure that out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay, so somebody, Gaia Paya, my producer, please reach out to Charlie Schmidt. He's going to be a regular on the show. Quig, are you finally on? I can't hear you, Quig. This is not good. Quig, just do whatever you did last time. Whatever you did last time, that was good. Oh my God, this is like a nightmare. I can't believe us. Quig, you're the main star of the show and you can't put your audio on. Okay, I'm just going to play another clip of William Quigley. Sugar worked really hard on this. Sugar, I sent you some audio of a private conversation between me and William Quigley.
Hi. Yes, you did.
Okay, so I have several conversations. I talked to William Quigley all week, talking him off the ledge pretty much. So this happens every time I do Kermit and Friends. There is always someone that needs to be talked off the ledge, right? There's always someone. And this time it happens to be William Quigley, one of the big stars here.
Who we adore.
Yeah, we adore him. He is brilliant. He's a great painter. Andy's even collected some of his artwork. I named the show after him. I actually called the show William Quigley the Great.
Is Andy okay? Do we need to send someone over there to check if he's not?
Cut a deal with you if I pick up a lot of them. I'm looking for bunk beds. You're going to see what I've been dealing with your, I know you're waiting for me to talk because you're not, I can see you're not talking, but it's bad. Like, I can't believe I'm the only one that has this problem.
You are, but we're going to get you an iPad. So if you're watching the show and you're a fan and you like Andy on the show, what we need you to do is donate to Andy Dick on Venmo. Andy, can you tell the audience some of the troubles? We need to pull at people's heartstrings right now. Do you understand that? We need to pull at people's heartstrings so they feel bad for you. So can you just tell them the financial difficulties you've been through?
Well, I put myself always through the ringer. I'm the one. It's my fault. Always. And it's usually has something to do with substance abuse, mostly alcohol, red wine, then that graduates downward to vodka. And then once I hit vodka, game over, folks. And then all hell ensued. It's just bad. And I have 5 kids because I've got 3 of my own and then 2 stepkids that really lean on me and look towards me. And I'm great with the kids, and the kids are all great. Thank God. There's no wood in this tub anywhere. I could get one of those bamboo mats, I guess. But it's I have to move out. Like, luckily, for me, COVID was a little bit of the COVID relief. COVID relieved me because you don't have to pay your rent, but eventually, we're all going to have to. You know that, right?
So, okay, so Andy, when you must have made money at some point. You were on the Ben Stiller show, Less Than Perfect.
I'm so sorry, I can't.
You're a famous person. You would think that a famous person as famous as Andy, I can't walk down the street with Andy without people taking pictures. That's got to equate to some money. Joe Escalante, you're like a famous band member of the Vandals.
Yeah.
Does that equate to money at any point?
It's very tough business. You know?
The entertainment business is a tough business.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you got to keep working, and I don't know. I mean, Andy's a great personality, and he's always got there's always going to be a demand for Andy Dick, and so I think eventually he's always going to be good. We love him. I love him. I've always been a big fan since the Ben Stiller show, and then I used to have him when I had a radio show. He would come on. He's a great guy. We love him.
Yeah, I love him too. So he was on your show, the Monster Show?
No. He was not on the Monster Show. There's only 6 episodes of the Monster Show. They were all filmed during the pandemic back east, and they're on Fox Nation. Actually, they start Tuesday. 3 more episodes get dropped.
Okay, great. So, Chuck, is there any possibility that Andy can become a famous cat?
Anyone can become a famous cat?
Yeah, because your cat named Bento makes a lot of money on YouTube, 64 million views as Keyboard Cat. Like, how much money can you make as a famous cat? Do you think Andy Dick can make more money if he's a cat?
Probably. I'm going to think he could, but getting in a bathtub on cue is not something a cat is going to do very easily. So that's not going to work, but he can detox, at another point in time. But the cat thing, I think, is very good. There's a lot of people trying it. I just got lucky because I was one of the first, or maybe the first person when YouTube got sort of famous and cool to make your cat, a personality and without special effects or anything. And people liked it. They like cats and they like little dogs, as you well know. And I so can relate to your church thing because I have a church. There's a website, or a YouTube channel called keyboardcatchurch.com. It's a website. And
you started a church?
It's got so much stuff. And I am a minister, a real minister. I married my niece, Jessica, for real in California. But keyboardcatchurch.com gets a lot of traffic and it's pretty sincere. And, Bento, which was one of the keyboard cats, he passed away and I have his ashes here.
Oh my God. Hey, Chuck, I have my dog Kermit's ashes.
Oh, that's so cool. This is a moment that I could sense was going to happen. And it's good. Remembering your pets, I just like people and animals when they're nice. And that's just about it. You seem pretty nice.
Yeah, I think I am nice. I'm trying to be the best person I can be. Sometimes it's hard. I don't think I was as good before. I'm trying to get better. I just noticed this year there's a lot of people fighting and being against each other and trying to outsmart each other. And I didn't feel like I was in alignment with that, Chuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't feel like but the one thing in my life that I feel like my heart is connected to, are my pets, my dog Kermit that died. I just feel so much inspiration from her. Everything I did in her lifetime was so inspired and from the heart and full of love. And then when I lost her, I really wanted to keep her name in people's mouths. I wanted people to remember her. And I wanted to keep her memory on because pets, they're so much more loving than people. You can really rely.
Boy.
Yeah, you can really rely on your pet and they're extremely loyal to you. I've had men, cheat on me and not treat me right and really make me feel horrible about myself. My pet would never do that. My dog Kermit, she made me feel the best that I could possibly feel. So that's what I kind of want to do for other people.
Yeah, that's the ticket. And it's because the animals are just being themselves sincerely. And if people could figure that out, Picasso said something that really is so cool. He said, the purpose in life is to find your gift and give it away. So if you can find what you do well and give it away, then you're fulfilled and you're connecting with people and you're helping the place. And then if you're doing what you really love, you don't have time to hit other people over the head. And so it really pays off. So, and it's what you're doing. You're finding your gift and you're finding a way to share it and give it away. And then whatever comes from that comes from that. That's it. That's what the animals do.
Yeah, it's something that you and Joe Escalante have in common is that you've succeeded in many fields and many things, and you have so many talents. I've always looked for people like that to have in my life, people that are multifaceted and can do a lot of things. I saw that you're a nose. Wait, what do you call yourself? Something about the nose.
It's actually nasal
Nasal what?
nasal contortionism.
What is that?
Well, it's where at puberty, I found as other things in my body were changing, I could move my nose around at will, especially to the beat of music. And so since I'm sort of a drummer, I could mouth the words of songs. And if you just Google Charlie Schmidt nose, you'll see what
Okay, so if I bring a singer on to sing, can you dance with your nose?
Well, I can't do it right now for you because of legal issues. My entertainment lawyer, Kia, is, we'd have to work something out. And Joe would understand how all this goes. By the way,
Yeah.
I am a Joe Escalante fan from so far back. My favorite song of theirs is You're Not the Boss of Me, which I've heard 60 million times.
Thank you.
And,
Wow.
it's so cool. It is just so cool. It just hits me. I would kill to be in that band. And there's a chance that Joe and I may work together someday because he's working with Andre Ellis on possibly writing some stuff for the Keyboard Cat movie, which could happen. And so ever since that started, I've been listening to Vandals day and night. But You're Not the Boss of Me. It's so cool.
Thanks,
just
Charlie. I
cool. And
appreciate
I'm aware and really, really appreciate and relate to your brother, who was just a cool dude. And I don't know. I just feel connected.
I thought you might know of him.
What's he talking about, Joe?
My brother was the creator of Juxtapose magazine, and he kind of coined the term lowbrow art. And he was a gallery owner. He passed away a couple years ago, but he was a beloved gallery owner, basically, and an art guy.
So he passed away a couple years ago?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. So you have a fan here, Chuck, and I'm sure you have many more fans here. Speaking of art gallery owner,
Joe, can we bring Joe back?
Quig, I want to talk to you for a second. I know you're a big fan of Joe and probably Chuck and Andy.
I love the Vandals. I saw them a lot of times.
Okay, great. But Quig, this show is named after you. You're a famous painter. You sent me 1 million texts last night. 1 million. Should I just read them?
No, you can't read my texts.
No, but why did you send me 100,000 texts last night?
We talk every day since March.
But you were so upset. You were so upset last week about Kermit and Friends.
No, I wasn't.
You weren't upset about Kermit and Friends?
I love your show. I love you.
You love me? You sure about that?
You're not easy. You're not easy.
Okay, Kermit and Friends.
I love Joe.
Mike, I called 5 minutes ago.
Okay, hey Mike.
Hey, I hope this isn't going too off topic, but you said that you're never going to get married. I think you should marry Gonzo because I think he truly loves you.
Gonzo.
Great call, Mike. Great call. I would love to marry Gonzo. Gonzo is exactly my type. He's Spanish. He's attractive. He's funny. He's smart. And he doesn't like me at all. So he's actually exactly my type.
Oh, I like him. I like wow. This is what do you mean he doesn't like you at all?
He doesn't like me, Quig. He's not interested in me whatsoever. I think he's actually
starting to understand these people. I'm starting to understand these people.
What the heck does that mean?
Let's discuss it. I'm the star of the show.
Why? What do you mean? You understand why Gonzo doesn't like me?
Well, look, you're ambitious. Right?
Okay.
I'm really happy for you.
You are?
Yeah.
That sounds smug.
Where'd Joe go?
He's here. I just want to hear what you're thinking right now because you texted me all week and called me angrily. Not happy. You weren't happy about Andy last week. Why?
Do I need a haircut?
Why were you? Okay, I'm going to play a clip.
Andy stole my idea. He's in the bathtub. I was in the shower. All these people, they're not even original.
Andy stole your idea of
I'm
what?
kidding, I'm kidding. I love Andy. I love it. You know,
You
Andy and I
love
go
Andy?
back. It's like Andy and I go back years.
Okay, so I have a clip of you talking about Andy on Benji page 1. Let me find this. I got it.
He's ass. They all hate him. They all make fun of him. He's an asshole until they all have the chance to get to know him. It's always like that with people. You know, the guy's a fucking. He's like you said. I'm trying to help him too. You know, he didn't want. You know how many conversations I had with him to get on your show.
That was great.
So what's going on?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Why were you upset about Andy? What upset you the most about him last week? Why are you upset? You seem to be mad that he's our official reverend.
2 weeks ago, you didn't even know who Andy Dick. You knew Andy, but you didn't know Andy, right?
I knew who he was always.
Right, but who introduced you to Andy?
You did.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends who are actors, musicians, and et cetera. And, sometimes when you're out with these people, let's say Andy and I go back years. I mean, I think he's a genius.
Yeah.
Not only, a lot of people use him for their own personal growth. And yet some people go, oh, Andy Dick, Andy, I don't, he's had a very interesting career, right? Here we are talking about Andy, but it's supposed to be William the Great show. It's like, that's my whole point. What do you want to talk to me about? Like, artists don't get really much, publicity. That's for Prince's family. Like, that's for Jimi Hendrix. That's for all the guys at Marvel. It's like, why? Like, it's easy for me to connect to all these people because, I worked hard. I know a lot of people. They all buy my art. But when I introduce my friends to them, all of a sudden they're like best friends with these people that they didn't even know last week.
So are you jealous?
No, I'm not jealous.
You're not jealous?
I'm just like, no, I'm not jealous. It's typical. It's like you tell all girls say, let's just be friends. Oh, we're friends. And then you make a move on them after like 20 years or 10 years or 5 years or 5 dates. And they go, oh, we're just friends. Like, what's the deal? You know the fucking deal.
What's the deal? Maybe they do want to be just friends with you.
Okay, but you're not going to like sleep with like someone who's not your friend. I hope.
Okay, so but if somebody's friends with you for 20 years, like we've been friends for 20 years, do you think that before that point, something would have
18, 4 days, 6 hours, and 35 minutes.
All right, hold on one second. Kermit and Friends.
Wouldn't that be great if I knew exactly?
Hey, Elisa, this is Ballsack Entertainment. Do you remember me?
Yes, of course. You had a great call last week. Hey, Ballsack Entertainment, how are you?
I'd love to really ask one panel question, if that's okay.
Of course.
How do I make a girl like me? But there's a caveat to this question. Right now, the fashion is young men are into older women. So right now, I'm really into this 53-year-old woman. I love her wrinkles and her bruises on her legs. So how would I go about fucking this woman?
Great question, Ballsack Entertainment. Okay, I love this guy. This is a great caller. I'm looking for more callers like that guy. So to make any woman like you, you have to just make her life better. So I'm going to bring Sugar, the expert, on.
Well, the first thing, you might not want to talk about what did he say? Bruises on her?
Yeah. But I think to make any woman like you, you have to look at her life, see what she wants in her life, and make that happen for her. Right? So like, for instance, Benji, he knew I loved like being on the radio. He knew I wanted to be a musician. He did anything in his power. He took it to the extreme. And he said, how can I make this girl's life better? How can I have her accomplish her goals? If you see a woman and you're in love with her and you think she's right for you, that's what you do. That's just what you do. What do you think, Sugar?
I think that could work for either sex. If you really are in love with somebody, don't think about what you want from them. Look at them, understand them, because understanding is so important. If you make somebody feel understood, then they're going to want to be around you. And don't think about yourself. Thank you. Don't think about yourself. Think about them. How can I make their life better? That's what Benji did. Benji love bombed you. And we watched all that happen. And then what happened when it became a reality?
Well, love bombing is a great way to start, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So what you do when you find someone that you like is you first of all, you don't complain about it. Like William Quigley, he's constantly complaining to me. Like all day, he's complaining to me. He's saying, like, I had to scream at him. I was in a cafe yesterday.
Does that mean you really like me? Does that mean you really like me? You're trying to get
No,
my
it
attention?
means that you're trying to ruin my life. I'm having a very nice life, very relaxing life. And then all of a sudden you're complaining to me and you tried to book a phone sex operator on the Kermitarian Church Kermit and Friends show. And then you just gave her my number. And so now I have this phone sex operator calling me.
Oh, wait. Time out. Let's be realistic here. If you want to air your laundry on your own show, fine. But let's talk about the truth. You asked her for her number.
You think that the
if you
leader of a
recall.
church would ask someone?
And I didn't know she was a phone sex operator until you asked her. I was totally shocked.
You
I
were
had no
shocked that a phone sex operator that you hired was a phone sex operator?
I didn't hire her. What do you mean hired her?
Well, I mean, how did you meet this woman?
Online, like you meet all these people. I don't know what they do.
So you met a woman online. What did you think she did for a living?
I don't know, Elise. I mean, I meet a lot of people. I'm on Tinder. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. It's like, I don't know. I own a company called Scrapper. A lot of women want to wear my clothes.
Okay, so that's how you met her.
I'm sorry?
So we got into a big fight yesterday because
you asked her for her number, and she told
I
us
did?
while we were on it. Yes, if you recall.
Okay. All right. Well, are you happy with Kermit and Friends? Are you still upset about Andy?
Elise, I'm so happy for you. It's like, come on. We talk. How many times a day do we talk?
Well, you called it the Andy Dick Show. That's what you called it.
Yeah, because all of a sudden Andy's on, and now it's like all about Andy. I think
but
you're a
what's wrong with
personality. People should be coming to you. When you go on David Letterman doesn't, all of a sudden make his guests like all week. He doesn't talk about his guests. All these people want to be on David Letterman. When you go on Conan or you go on Howard, Howard rips people apart. Like, well, you're doing a good job at that too. But, my point is people want to meet, they want to come on because of you.
But if I find somebody very talented like Andy Dick, who's hilarious and amazing.
You didn't find him, I did. You wouldn't even have thought about him if I didn't bring him on. So, but if you want to play this little game where you air out all my laundry on your show, great. Go ahead. Just keep coming. I'll just give it right back to you. Come on. Let your guests know we talk fucking 10 hours a day almost. I mean, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. This is your second shot at William Quigley. What are you going to do about it? I'm giving the opportunity.
All right, I'm getting a call.
You want to go live with our relationship? Go ahead.
Hold on, Kermit and Friends.
We see your show hit a wall once you put Quigley on.
Well, I got to talk to. Is this Fall Sack Entertainment?
No.
Oh, this is Mike. Okay, Mike, my problem is Quigley booked me Andy Dick, a humongous superstar that's hilarious and a reverend. That's exactly who I was looking for Kermit and Friends. But then Quigley said, I'm making it into the Andy Dick show. And you know what? I don't even really know that. Oh my gosh. So Andy, do you hear the problems that I go through with Quigley? It's a big problem. I was so happy.
Andy!
Yeah.
Could Andy and I talk, Elise, a little bit?
Sure. Talk to Andy.
Andy, how are you?
I'm good. I finally cleared everybody out of my house, and I'm here alone. And guess what I got? And this is why I got out of the tub. I'm on a time crunch because I'm going to be, I don't need to tell everybody about that, but look what I got when I went downtown to deal with this other apartment I have that people just left. They left. They stopped paying. And so I went down to check it out, and they didn't leave. They're squatting. But I used to live down there. Yeah. But look what I got. And I always want to.
Remember when I lived at your place? I mean, there were a lot of people there.
Can you see him?
So is that a bird?
Andy, what are you doing? Any movies or anything? Are you doing any movies? Are you doing any like TV things? Has everybody watched Andy's website? He's like a genius. That's why I love him. He's a genius. He's a comedic genius.
So then why were you complaining about
And you're
me?
unbelievable. Does everybody know how great of a singer you are?
Quig.
Does everybody know you could be Lady Gaga? That's how good you are.
But why are you upset?
Does anybody know about me? Like, does anybody know my relation with Dispatch? Does anybody know my art? Or are they just going to talk about my crazy obsession with Elisa Jordana? You know, okay, you asked the questions. Let's talk about my art.
Do you want me to read your text messages that you sent me last night? I was at a party.
No.
I was at a party last night, a small party.
But you didn't tell me that.
And my phone kept lighting up over and over.
You want to go over the show.
I said, I want to go over the show. I want to make Andy happy. I want to make Andy money. I want to get Andy Dick an iPad. That's what I said. And then you.
Oh, I want to get Andy Dick. I want to get Andy Dick this. I want to get Andy Dick. Andy. Look at your face. I want to get Andy Dick.
Why can't I get Andy an iPad? Why are you upset that I want to get Andy Dick an iPad?
No, I think it's great. I love Andy. I want to help. I want, I love when all my friends are doing good. Makes me look better. I want you to be a huge star, Elise.
Okay. So I'm going to go through some of your texts that you sent me while I was at a dinner party.
You see how obsessed you are? This is why guys don't like you.
Why?
They like you, they get to know you, and then they think, no, they like you, they like you, and then they get to know you, and then you start obsessing like this. And I asked you, please don't read those texts. This is between you and I. You wanted some information on my work, which we didn't even discuss yet. There's not one thing that you brought up about like what I do for a living. It's all about who I am in the background, girls and whatever, phone sex and
Okay, let's see. If you haven't
You've known me 20 years. Like, tell me one thing about myself that you kind of like with my art, not me.
Something I like about your art? I love your art.
William Quigley Great shows, which I'm not really comfortable with that because I know I'm on public, whatever, but I'm really not comfortable with like my face on like this stuff. I'm just that's why I do that. I try to be nice. I try to be humble. My mother says be humble, just relax and everything. But it's not, painting is a different way to communicate. And I'm really happy that I think artists are making this kind of money that they're making now. It's insane. We're like buying real estate in 1950 in Beverly Hills,
Okay, so while I was at a dinner party last night, you said I was the only.
Okay,
so I'm at a dinner party last night with some very nice people, and I start getting texts, right? And the texts say, I was one of the only artists to ever be featured on the Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous with Paul McCartney and Dennis Hopper. I see Paul here often in the Hamptons. We talk about art and music, and I painted the most iconic, famous statue in the Hamptons. I was very humbled and surprised when they asked me that. And then several video and audio files. This is up since 2016. It's a big honor. I moved here because of my favorite painter, de Kooning. I met him in 1990. He told me to move here. I was showing him a gallery. De Kooning piece sold for $300 million. I hope you read all of this, Elisa. It will enhance the value of your show. Michael Rappaport, Robert Downey Jr., his wife Stan, Owen Lloyd, son of Chris Lloyd. His father, Chris, is one of my closest friends. He created Modern Family.
De Kooning gave me that painting. De Kooning gave me that.
Wow.
So it's in my bathroom here. You're very smart. You're such a good person.
Really?
I like the way you set this whole thing up. But yeah, this is sadly, you know, it's in a bathroom. There's my toilet, like, but it's in the bathroom. But I met de Kooning. It's funny. My first love for art was like de Kooning, because I literally have the book, the original book that. Here, we'll go this way. But the original book, look, Warhol Silver. But the original book, my first show was with Warhol. But the original book that made me want to become a painter, here's all my books. I mean, I have a lot of books, but this book here, I try to put them in alphabetical order every year. It never works.
Quig, I just want to interrupt you real fast. You mentioned that Ryan Reynolds, excuse me, Quig, you mentioned that Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. could be a potential guest on Kermit and Friends. Is that something that you're working on right now?
I'm telling you about my de Kooning book right now. So this is what got me painting.
It's too late. It's in hindsight. I don't play those games. You know, I had Robert Downey lined up for you. It's like I have Chris Evans lined up. I got my nephews like living with Chris. It's like I got all these cool people lined up. It was a test. You failed.
So why did I fail your test, Quig?
What test?
Your test. You said you gave me a test and I failed. Why did I?
I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for a wife. So anyway,
wait.
Are you potentially going to be my wife?
So the reason why
you got to really up your game. So this is the reason why I know Robert. And if you go to this website called Rohad, right there, you're going to see Robert flew to his home. And so Chris Evans asked me to make a surprise painting for Robert. And I did.
Okay.
And I knew Robert back in the days. And
go ahead, Corey.
Squiggly. Seems like he has a Kleenex crush on you, and he's the one that's obsessing over you.
All right, let's ask him. Quig, did you hear Corey's question? Corey had a question for you.
I like Corey. He's cool.
He doesn't know who Kleenex is, but you got those whole Kleenex vibe going on, and it sounds like you're the jealous one, you're the obsessed one, texting her all that. I mean, come on. That's a little obsessive.
No, wait. Can I answer, or are you gonna just give me your own opinions, or you want to hear the reality of it? Which is always one-sided because, you know, but no, I felt that, you know, if I'm a guest on Elisa's show, I think she should maybe talk about the art, because, you know, it's a public format and I can, you know, talk about it because that's what I do. And so I sent the text to her so she'd have some information on what I've done. And, you know, I did send those things. And I'm very humbled by these things. I mean, it's crazy. It's like, you know, I mean, literally, I lived only here for 7 years. And then next thing you know, in Montauk, they're asking me to paint the most, you know, iconic photograph sculpture out in the Hamptons. It's like, I was a little.
Quigley, I'm getting a call. Just hold on one second. Kermit and Friends.
Hey, Lisa, it's your old pal Robert Downey Jr. How you been?
Oh, hey, Robert. How are you? It's so nice to hear from you. Thank you for calling me. What's going on?
Well, I'm just enjoying the show like I do every Sunday. And I don't know this fucking guy Quigley. I don't know who the hell he is. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I recognize him because I've seen him outside the building painting on walls and shit, saying he's Banksy. I don't know this fucking guy. Leave him alone. Or tell him to leave me the hell alone. I'm terrified of him.
Oh my gosh. Oh, hey, thank you so much, Robert. Oh man, that was a tough call. See, that was like an anti-Quigley call. Quigley, did you hear that? Robert just called in.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just Google it. Tell your buddy to Google the history. You know, we're trying to raise a lot of money for this little boy. So this is the next painting that we're going to kind of put on auction or whatever. I'm really excited about it. So, you know.
So
behind me is for Jimi Hendrix's house.
Oh, somebody's calling me. Kermit and Friends. Kermit and Friends. Thank you for calling in.
Hey, it's Lori.
Okay, I love William Quigley.
You do?
Lori.
Wait, Lori, you're saying you love William Quigley? Okay, do you love William Quigley because he painted you?
Like, he's such a personality. He's so funny.
Okay, thanks, Lori. Okay, I'm gonna put you on. Okay, Kermit and Friends.
Hey, this is Jimi Hendrix's son.
Hey,
This
Timmy.
fucking guy Quigley, man. He's nuts. We don't know him. Tell him to leave us alone. Quit talking about my pop-up.
Oh my gosh, that was Jimi Hendrix. I guess Jimi Hendrix's son. Quigley, did you hear that? Oh, Quigley left. That's a shame. Okay, so Quigley, as you can tell, it's not easy to host Kermit and Friends. It's really not. I thought it was going to be easy. Kermit and Friends.
Lisa, I don't know if anyone ever brought this up, but Quigley is the younger version of Kleenex.
Somebody did bring that up.
He's obsessed with you and in love with you. You better watch out.
Okay, thank you. All right. So, I just want to tell you guys, if you think it's easy, so I used to work in the gold business from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., right? Once I stopped doing that, I thought if I just host the show, Kermit and Friends, once a week, it would be very easy. It's the opposite of easy. I am like a basket case. I'm freaking out. Sugar, this is hard. This is not easy. If somebody thinks host, and then Andre Rellis, the producer, he said to me, he goes, you got to do this more than once a week. He said you should do this multiple times. He has no idea what the heck is going on here. I have to deal with multiple personalities. Sugar, you're easy to deal with. You're very nice. But some people, like William Quigley, I mean, he's screaming at me, right? He's screaming at me. Andy Dick, I love, but he also, he's got a lot going on right now. I'm trying
They're high maintenance.
Yeah. There's some like high maintenance guests right here. But I love William Quigley. He's amazing on the show. And obviously Andy Dick is an incredible reverend. So I love having Andy Dick. I am considering marrying him. Sex is not that important to me.
So your name is either going to be Elisa Dick or Elisa Shitcock. Those are our two choices. Okay. All right.
Similar. No, if I marry Gonzo, first of all, I don't think Gonzo would marry me. He is with someone and he wasn't interested. The thing is, when I met Gonzo, I moved too fast. I did, because he was so handsome. When somebody's handsome and they're Spanish and they're tall, it's hard. I don't know if that's your type, but that's like exactly my type.
That's everybody's type.
Yeah, tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, dark, and handsome is pretty much everybody's type, right? Tall, dark, and handsome.
Hey, I just want to say something to Supertramp. I was so jealous a few weeks ago when he had that virtual date with Brandon and that excellent poem. I'm not an intern or of a director of a morgue, but I'm an intern to be a supervisor for telemarketers who sell car warranties and window installations. I don't live in a tiny house, but I live under a very nice bridge, and a shelter lets me use their internet on Sundays. I don't live in Los Angeles, but I live in North Maine, and we could tip some cows over for fun. And I'm going to change my name to Super Slut, so it'll be very close to your name, Super whatever, Super. I'm not a twink, but I'm 6'4". So get on a plane and write me up a poem and date me in person. All right, Super Trump.
Well, Super Trump's working at the funeral home right now, so he's a little bit busy. So if you're looking to get on the show and your name's Super Tramp, your name is Adrian. I hired a model, official model, to model the Kermit and Friends merchandise, and her name is Adrian. Sugar is our designer of the Kermit and Friends merchandise, and Adrian is our model. So I have some pictures of Adrian in a Kermit and Friends thong. I've been tweeting them out. She was supposed to model them today. So Adrian, please enable your camera so we can see your thong. At the Kermitarian. Oh, there she is. Okay, perfect. Okay, Adrian. This is the official Kermit and Friends model for our clothing line, designed by Sugar. So Sugar designed the whole clothing line. So there's t-shirts. There is our pillows. And then there's thongs, as seen here by Adrian, introducing the Kermit and Friends thong. Here it is by Adrian. That is awesome. Okay, great. So if you're interested in wearing a Kermit and Friends thong, reach out to Sugar, reach out to me. Adrian Crimson, whatever she wants to be called, is an incredible participator in Kermit and Friends. Adrian, are you happy? Because a week ago when I asked you to model here, you said no. Why did you say no?
Well, I was being respectful because of the current circumstances, but things have changed, so I'm able to do as I will again.
Okay, so you were in a relationship with a guy.
I was.
That said no modeling.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really hard for me to have a model that would not model. And so I was very upset, but now you're back, you're modeling songs, and you're going to do a full photo shoot, I hope, for Kermit and Friends so we can sell more merchandise. So thank you so much, Adrian. Are you happy?
I am.
Okay, good. Okay, so what is your Twitter or your Instagram so people can follow you so they can see the songs and all the merchandise?
My Instagram is I might have to write it in chat because it's spelled differently.
Okay.
Crimson Adrian, and the S is a Z, and it's all one word. So I probably should just write it in chat if need be.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have Adrian Crimson. Everybody here follow Crimson because Wendy?
Yeah, this is Wendy. I want everyone to go on my YouTube page, and it's WENDYPACK. I'm on every night, and get on with the mask, and then get nude. I want to get
That was not Wendy. Okay, so everybody follow Crimson. Is that Wendy? Who the heck is that? I don't know who that is. Who are you? Hello? Is that Cuban boy? No. I don't know who that was. But anyway, so we have a wrap-up show after this show hosted by Corey, the great Corey, one of my best friends. I love Corey. He hosts a wrap-up show for Kermit and Friends pretty much every day. Every day. And Eric is on it.
Every day, but
Well, it's pretty much every day. And Eric is a part of it, right? So, Eric, you've been involved in the Kermit and Friends community. You know Corey. You know Wendy. Now you're a fan of Joe Escalante and Chuck. So, Chuck, are you going to be in the Kermit and Friends community? What are you thinking here? What is your impression so far?
I think I could juice it up. If I got my camera, my machine up in my studio, I could run around like the rest of these guys and show you some pretty outrageous stuff.
All right. That sounds very promising because I know that you're amazing. You are like what I dream of being. You made your cat, Keyboard Cat. So everybody look up Keyboard Cat. If you just Google it, all the cat videos will come up. It's been featured on MTV. You were on David Letterman, Jay Leno. How did you get on those shows?
Whoa, that's a good question. Pretty much when we get work, they call us. It's just like if you want work, you just try to get really a lot of hits somewhere, and then people will call you. But if you don't have any hits anywhere and you call them and try and convince them that you're cool, that's bad. That's old school, man. That doesn't work.
So you can call like someone like Jay Leno or David Letterman and just say, hey, I'm cool, and get on?
No, you can't. They won't put you on that way. They have to know that you're already cool by that what they're doing in their daily life. Like they're seeing your stuff just by accident, like, organically, not through advertising or some schmucky thing like that, that they just find out that they discover you and think you're cool, and then they want you instead of you trying to convince them you're cool, but you only got 6 hits or something like that. They'll never ever bite on that.
So you have 64 million views on YouTube. What happens then? How do you get paid? Do you is that a lot of money? Are you a millionaire at that point?
Well, no, but I'm rich because I'm doing what I love, and it pays me enough that I don't have to do anything else. There's a bunch of ways that you make money if you're a guy like me. One is that YouTube does pay you per hit because there's advertisers on there. There's AdSense. So you make something there. It's not a retirement, but you make something. And then there's merch. And then there's licensing, like people with advertising. We've been in so many commercials all over the world and movies and on TV shows because people just want to be a part of what is like really happening. So if you want to really get a lot of work, first get 60 million hits and then you're set.
Yeah, 60 million hits. That should be nothing, right, for us. No way. I mean, that's not a problem, right, Eric? I mean, we should be able to get 64 million hits like Keyboard Cat got. Are you familiar with Keyboard Cat, Eric?
I'm not. I wish I was familiar with Keyboard Cat, but I am familiar with YouTube and the power of YouTube. And a good friend of mine was Taylor Swift's manager, Rick Barker, and he does a music industry podcast, which is really cool. There's also a cool thing that Cheryl Englehart's doing where she has a bunch of cool indie musicians that are kind of doing this, which is cool because I think that this is sort of like would you say that this is like what started the whole trend? Like you started this whole thing when YouTube first came out like 15 years ago before anyone was doing it, right?
I just started on YouTube like a couple weeks ago, but Kermit and Friends.
Hey, I wanted to ask Eric, what was it like meeting Kleenex in person?
Oh, great question. Okay. See, the thing is people don't know Kleenex. So I don't know how relevant that is, but I set up Eric in Seattle to meet Kleenex, another Kermit and Friends person. What was that like? Just answer that quickly.
Oh my God. So Kleenex is a really good friend. He's really cool. He told me a lot about the Ed Sullivan Show. He told me about Clear Cider, who turns out to be the lead singer of the Dixie Chicks, telling him to cut his nose hair and trim his nose hair and quit smoking. And he never believed that it was actually her for like 15 years. So he would text her and then text Elisa and text her and text Elisa. I don't know. It was really cool. But one question I had though is you called Kleenex out of the blue one time. I don't think you'd called him for like 10 years, and you told him that you would have sex with Kleenex way before you'd ever have sex with me.
I did not say that. I don't want to have sex with anyone. That's bullshit. See, that's the thing. A lot of times people claim to know things about me and say that I've said something, and I did not say it. I don't want to have sex with anybody right now. That would be a big distraction from Kermit and Friends. Right now, my goal is to build this church however I can, right? So, like, I'm very one track right now. Andy, I cannot see you. Put your camera on. So right now, the only thing I'm interested in the whole world, I don't have any other interests. So when people invite me to do things, Eric, when they say, oh, like, come to this party or do this or do that, if I go to a party, the only thing I'm talking about is Kermit and Friends and how to build Kermit and Friends in the Kermitarian Church. The people here are so special to me.
Yeah.
Like, Eric, you're a huge part of the Kermitarian Church. Quig is, Sugar is, Darren is. I have Darren, the pharmacist right here. I want everybody to be involved in the wrap-up shows and the after shows. Wendy Pack, every day, Wendy Pack does a Kermit and Friends after show with Corey. I want people to be involved in that world, okay? I want people to be involved. So, like, Darren, you're a Kermitarian. Would you call yourself that?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, great.
Hey, I got a couple of questions for you, Elisa.
Sure, anything.
Okay, say you've had a bad day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is like your go-to food that you would like to go out and eat that would cheer you up? Okay.
That's a good question. I mean, I gained 5 pounds since I met Andy Dick, to be honest with you. Because he kind of what's that? Okay, that's a hand. Good. So yeah, I've gained 5 pounds recently, but I'm looking to lose that, and I want to only do positive things and spend my time with positive people. So, for instance, after this show, I'm going to a Baptist church. Andy, are we still doing that? Andy? Okay, so I think I'm still doing that. So after the church service today, I'm going to a Baptist church to pray. And what I'm going to pray for is some answers. I'm going to pray that we build our church up, that we help people like the Boltons, like John Bolton, who's going to be singing a song for us, right, John? Yeah, he is. Okay, so after this, I'm going to be going to a church. I'm going to pray for answers. I'm going to say, what can I do? What can I do in my life to help others, right? So Quig, you want a relationship with me.
I'm talking to Lizzie.
Okay, great. So you want a relationship with me. You want more than just... you want
can I show this? This is actually a real Banksy. And then, there's the back. There's the front. Real Banksy.
That's very nice. So, Andy,
Banksy is at least. Andy, look.
Is that a Kermitarian? Kermit, Kermit and Friends.
What is that?
Hello, Lisa. This is Banksy.
What is? I can't see. What is
Wait,
it?
hold on. Banksy's on the phone right now, Andy. Yeah, Kermit and Friends.
Yeah, the artwork that Quigley's holding up, that's not mine.
Oh, Banksy's in. Okay, so Banksy. It's an imposter. Okay, so Corey, I'm sorry, I called you Corey. Quig, that was, oh shoot, I'm getting another call. People are calling in like crazy. Quig.
I can't hear anybody.
Can you hear me, Andy?
Let's just maybe like save my portion for next week because I don't know if you can hear me, but I literally can't hear anything.
Okay, so Andy can't hear anybody. So what I'm thinking is we should put forth money and funds to the Andy Dick iPad Fund. Okay, so Quigley, can you just quickly say, unmute. Okay, so Quigley, can you please promote Andy's iPad Fund?
Everybody give some money to Andy. He's got to go to his website and then send some money to his GoFund.
GoFundMe. Okay, great. All right, thank you so much, Quigley. And do you have any thoughts on the show today? Have you enjoyed it? Do you like the guest? Did you like Chuck Schmidt? Charlie Schmidt.
We have a lot to talk about in the background this week, Elise.
No, Quig. What?
We
Are
have
you
a lot to discuss.
Are you upset again?
No, the show's great. You know what? I'm so happy you're having a great time. I think you should just keep going. Just be you. Be your egocentric you. No, I'm kidding. Elise, you're so damn talented. You're so talented. I'm not just obsessing. Look, I've been around a lot of successful people. You are talented as hell. Whatever you decide to do, you succeed. I've known you 20 years. Whatever you do, you succeed. I'm so happy for you.
But what is upsetting?
I'm really complimented you want me on the show.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting a call. Kermit and Friends.
Hey, this is Tony Bark. Wendy Pack, will you marry me here on Kermit and Friends with Andy Dick marrying us, please?
It's a good idea. Okay, so Quig, you're not going to be mad at me all week and you're not going to be texting me mean things? You promise?
I promise.
So I'm not going to get any angry texts about the show or Andy Dick or anything like that.
Elise, I apologize if I made you upset. I'm only trying to help.
Okay. So you're going to be a regular on Kermit and Friends. You're going to happily log on.
I really can't commit to that, but I could say when you need my help, I will, be there for you. Look, you didn't really think Andy was going to come on. You were texting me at 2 a.m. to make sure he knew how to log in. You were texting me for hours to make sure Andy got on. He's now one of your guests. There you go. I can't promise all these people were going to come on, but I can ask them. Okay. I can't promise I'm going to be here every week when it's beautiful outside. It's the winter in the Hamptons. It's gorgeous out today. You should be on at 7 o'clock at night.
Kermit and Friends.
Hey, Lisa, it's the mayor of Montauk. How's it going?
Oh, the mayor of Montauk. Wow. Thanks for calling me.
Well, I got a bone to pick with Quigley. He really fucked up our city with that piece of shit.
What? Quigley, that was
Jesse,
the mayor.
how are you?
Oh, wow. That was the mayor of Montauk calling
What's his
for you.
name? What's his name, Elise?
I don't know. He just called himself. I don't know.
Yeah.
He just called himself the mayor of Montauk.
You guys are great. You guys, what a great little skit going on here.
All right, Quig. So now, it's been great having you. Obviously, we love Andy. I want to play a little clip of Andy. He's so cute on this show. Here is Andy Dick.
Aren't you going to ask for the paintings behind me?
In a second.
Because, most people aren't like me and they're not like you. We're excitable. Is there a problem being really super happy and then, crying because your dog died? No. It's called human nature. What I don't like is that those people aren't in touch with themselves. I happen to be, and I express it. And that's why I get hired all the time as an actor. Because I can pull from any of these things because I lay them out on the table.
Okay, so Andy is adorable as an owl. That was created by Sugar.
Sugar's great. Sugar's so great.
I
She's
agree.
so talented.
I totally agree with you. So
Can I hire her?
Yes.
Really?
So if you want to hire
anybody,
she's available for hire. If you want to hire Sugar or Quigley or Johnny B, who's about to sing a song for us, he's going to be on the Dr. Phil show Monday at 3 p.m. my time. I have no idea what he's going to be doing besides that. But Johnny, do you have a song for us just to play out the show?
Yeah, it's 4 p.m. my time, and I brought someone to say hello to your to Fozzie. This is Rex. This is my little fur buddy.
Oh, very cute. So what are you going to be singing for us today, John?
Well, I was going to go back to the old days and the church I used to go to when I was going with my grandmother, and I was going to try to sing The Old Rugged Cross. Now, I have people that criticize my singing, and some people like it, some people don't, and I really don't care. Everything I do, I try to do with some heart. I had a little mishap the other night and kind of went ballistic out there, and that happens to me once in a great while. I guess we all have those days. So I want to apologize to those who are out there that I embarrassed myself. I was kind of upset. When I showed the bed bugs on camera, someone saying that out there, we've got them pretty much licked. I've been treating the house, and I haven't been bit in months and haven't found any fresh stuff. So we'll see what's going on with it there. We'll see if I can do this. I'll try not to ruin it. I'll try to sing with as much heart as I can. So. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. Oh, the old rugged cross, so despised by the world, has a wondrous attraction for me. For the dear Lamb of God left his glory above to bear it in dark Calvary. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true, its shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
That was absolutely beautiful. That was John Bolton. That was just gorgeous. Thank you so much. Andy, is there anything you want to say to the congregation?
Good luck. God bless.
And may we all get back together soon in love, life, and happiness and laughter. Godspeed.
Oh, wow. That was just so beautiful, Andy. Thank you so much. You are an amazing reverend and a great representation of what this church is about. We're about forgiveness. We're about happiness. We're about hope. We're willing, Andy and I are willing to go the extra mile to help you. So we will go to you. If you're having a problem, if you're upset, if you're sad, if you're suicidal, reach out to Andy at Andy Dick or me at Elisa Jordana, and we'll help save you. And we're really willing to go further than any other church in America because we actually care. Right, Andy?
We really do. We really do. So if you reach out, we'll reach back. You know, oh, that didn't sound good.
So we'll reach back to you because we care about your life. We've been very down. Like, for instance, Andy mentioned today that he needs money, right? Because Andy...
I'm so uncomfortable when you say that. Don't worry about that part. It's going to be fine. But look, I sent you a bunch of things on how it looks. And I sent you, Google sent me something saying that there's a glitch in, I guess, in the system as a whole. Like, what do you want? I'm doing this on Safari. So this whole time I've been trying to get Chrome. And I just don't know what I'm doing, to be honest.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to meet you today. We're going to church in 20 minutes, you and I.
Bride's already here. I got to get out of this damn bath because I wasn't crying. I was sweating, by the way. Cindy or somebody says Cider. Hi, Cider.
Yeah. Clear Cider mentioned you were crying. You were not crying. You're just getting ready for church. Andy, I admire you so much for trying to help people.
Love it. Well, you have to. When you've been through what we've been through, you and I, it helps us to help them. It really does. You know?
Yeah. So I find that I'm actually happiest when I'm helping others. When I'm thinking of myself and I'm being selfish, I don't feel good about myself. It's just so funny. God tells you what you need to do. I brought Andy into my company, my old company this week. Andy, I brought you into my financial company, into the office. Is that right?
Where? Oh, that was your company in that building?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were visiting a friend, and I thought I was picking up that coffee. Remember that coffee? We should plug that. What is that? What's called? Pivot.
Yes, Pivot Coffee.
Pivot cold brewed coffee. PIV is in Victor. OT, and he gave me a little box of it, and it has all these great herbs and nootropics that help with, you don't get jittery, you know? It's so good.
It is good. So I brought Andy into this office.
Hard to find. I think you have to go to their website because it just started, and their office was right next to yours.
Yeah, so Andy now has an office to go to. He has a conference room to go to at any point.
That's what we should do. Then maybe this glitching won't happen. I feel so bad, and I mean that's why I'm sweating because I'm in a hot bath. I wanted to kill two birds with one stone. I'm never going to do that again.
That's okay. You know, we're learning. You don't have to be perfect. I'm not looking for perfection.
You were cutting in and out, but every once in a while it would click back on your guys' audio, and then it would go away and be silent for minute 10 to 20 minutes. But then when it would come back on, you guys are just still arguing. You and Quigley were just arguing.
Well, Quigley said that he was in love with me. And
Who? Of course he's in love with you.
You know, Andy, I must be in love to sit here and listen to this crap all day.
Oh, come on. We're trying to end on a positive, happy, upbeat note.
What?
Very happy.
What do you mean crap?
Well, you're making this stuff up. I mean, you're making it up as you go.
What are you talking about?
With you.
You were upset all week.
I'm not obsessed with you, Elise. I could. We didn't talk for 10 years. I did really well. You know, it's like, you know, I like you. I like talking to you. I like trying to help. But like, you know, you can't just make a mockery of me. And then, you know, just because we're good friends, if we're good friends, say something nice, you know.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
I called this episode William Quigley the Great.
Did you introduce me with it? No. Did Andy's on the first 20 minutes? It's like, come on. When you bring a guest on, you like people, people, not only me, but want to talk to. I think you're very nice to all your other guests. I don't think you're very nice to me.
What?
It's all right. I don't care. I really don't care.
Wait, you don't think I'm nice to you?
No, you're very nice to me. We talk so much, privately. But then I thought the show would be more about kind of talk about what we both like. I think you should sing every week on your show. Your audience should know how good you are as a singer. You're one of the greatest. I've been around. I've been lucky. I have a lot of friends. I'm painting a lot of musicians. You are one of the most talented singers that I've ever met. I'm not kidding. You're one of the most talented.
Why are you upset with Andy being on the show?
I'm not upset at all, Elise. I love to be stimulated constantly by creativity. I've made a life of it. I'm very fortunate. But you can really sing.
Are you mad that Andy Dick is the official reverend of Kermit?
No, I don't really care. I love Andy. I want Andy to do well too. Why do you think I introduced you to him? Because I know you would get obsessed with him. He's helping your show out. He's a star. Andy Dick is an A-list star. He's a star. He's a great talent that America should know how genius this guy actually is. And I'm lucky to have you as a friend. I'm lucky to have him as a friend. So I'm motivated by, and I'm meeting all these nice people that might say bad things about me, but I think all your guests are cool. Trumpster Bob. I love Lori. I love John singing. That guy John's cool. With the bed bugs and everything. No, I don't know anything about the bed bugs. But your show's great. Just keep going with it. It's really hard for you to shuffle all these things, doing it all alone. You're doing this all alone. I think it's really admirable. And you know what? I watched your transition go from the gold soothsayer selling and making a lot of money. And I knew you weren't inside. I knew you weren't really that content, even though I was like, okay, she's making money. She seems really happy. I haven't talked to her in 10 years. Good for her. Good for her. You've always succeeded no matter what you do, and I'm happy for you in that regard. And I hope things continue. But you should really let people know how good your voice is, because you can write, you can sing like nobody. Not many people that I've met, and who some of the people I work with. So I don't need to name the drops or text them so you can air it out on the show. In fact, if I want to promote something, I'm doing a big concert with about 10 musicians as soon as COVID goes away. It's in Colorado on my friend's weed farm. He owns a weed farm. He just bought some paintings. We're going to do a really beautiful concert. So I'm really excited. I'd love you to sing in it. It's going to be great. It's going to be really good. I think this era reminds me of the 60s. It reminds me I was there, but I was too young. But it's really late. It's weird. And the fact that I'm painting Jimi Hendrix for the family, for the studio.
Hold on 1 second. Just Gonzo's calling me. I just want to answer this call. It's Gonzo. Kermit and Friends.
Hey, this is the mayor or the.
How's the mayor? He just hung up.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You know what? Maybe I'll see him after the show's over. I'll go up, say hi to the mayor, say good. Thanks for calling in. The mayor's actually doing a great job with COVID. Every day he's got a little podcast, and he keeps you what's going on, informed. Yeah, and he wasn't going to run, and he actually, Jesse Warren is his name, and he wasn't going to run. And I was like, Jesse, what are you? You're 38 years old. You're 36 years old. Why do you want to?
Oh wait, I think the mayor's calling me back. Kermit and Friends.
Hi there, Lisa. This is actually the governor of Colorado. I think my system call get a little mixed up there.
Okay.
We don't know this guy Quigley. He not doing any concert. He's full of shit, and there's no permit. We're in the middle of COVID. Nothing's going on. So if he could stop spreading rumors, we'd appreciate it. Thank you, Lisa. Great job.
No problem. Wow, as the mayor of Colorado. Thank you so much to the mayor, the governor, and everybody else that's been watching Kermit and Friends today. I appreciate you all. My goal is to, build a church, an amazing church without judgment, a church where everybody is welcome, a church where you can feel good about yourself, you can rebuild your life, you can repent. And that's what I've done. And I swear, when you pray for something, it comes, so you better be ready. You better be ready because that prayer is going to come true. God hears you. God loves you, and we accept everyone here. Thank you so much for watching Kermit and Friends. I'll see you next week. God bless you.